What are you doing here? Sorry I'm late. Happy Polly Lodges.
All right, because we're limited on time, we're going to go straight to fan questions. So shoot your hands up in the air. I'm going to have to repeat them for the benefit of the recording. So shout loud and clear. Let's start at the front row right here. Go on.
Tell us all about Lindsay Anderson and Oh Lucky Man.
All right, the question was, tell us all about Lindsay Anderson and Oh Lucky Man, which I happen to have a DVD.
God. What a handsome fellow I was then. Well, thank you for asking that question, because Lindsay Anderson, of course, was the first director that cast me in a movie. And in my view, he is one of the geniuses of his age. He was an amazing man, a real curmudgeon. He was tough. He could smell bullshit at 3,000 yards. But he had a tremendous intellect, and he was a poet. I once asked him why he loved John Ford so much. He said, Malcolm, there are many great directors, very few poets. John Ford was both. So was Lindsay Anderson. A great, great man, a brilliant theatre director, as well as being a brilliant film director. And, you know, I made 3 films with him. He only made 5. I made If, Oh Lucky Man, and Britannia Hospital. After If had won the grand prize at Cannes, I was a cocky young kid, and I put my arm around him walking down the Croisette, and I went, yeah, we're a great team, Linz, let's make another movie. He stopped, his eyes rolled back in his head. And he said, where do you think good scripts come from? He said, if you want to work with me again, then I suggest you write a good script. And he walked off, and I went, fuck you! I will write a script. You wait, I will. And I wrote a very bad script. That's the truth, but it was enough to catch him and to fire him. He was a real auteur. But he didn't write the movies himself. He always got sort of slaves, screenwriters, to write them, who he kicked and bullied and cajoled and got these amazing scripts. The script for If is a wonderful piece of writing and has so many different and extraordinary turns, and it is a very poetic film. And of course, Oh Lucky Man, I wrote the first 45 pages, and I took it over to him, gave it to him, and he said, is this supposed to be funny? I mean, look, you know, I have a sense of humor. I'm from Liverpool, and I'm from the north of England. You're from the south. You don't even have a sense of humor at all. You know the southern British terribly, you know. A bit like that, you know, they're so fucking superior. I don't know why I've suddenly got this Navy mouth, but anyway.
Didn't he think he was Scottish?
Hey, he said to me, actually, Malcolm, I'm a Scot. And I went, yes, when the bill comes at the end of the evening. You're a Scot then, all right.
Tell us about the running time with Oh Lucky Man, because there was quite an interesting...
It was about 7 hours long, wasn't it? It's such a dense film, and if you haven't seen it, go get it, because it's a masterpiece. And not because... That actually has nothing to do with me whatsoever, because they changed all my stuff, thank God. Although it is a sort of northern comedy, it starts off that way, and it's a picaresque film that takes its time and meanders through life as it was in England in that period, in the 70s. And it could easily be Canada or the United States. It doesn't really matter. It was a very dense film with some great music by Alan Price, who was one of the Animals, and an incredible cast. But it was long. It was a sort of Candide, you know, and so we were told that unless we cut a certain amount out of the film would not be distributed in the United States. So we were told this by the head of Warner Brothers, Ted Ashley, and so anyway, we went to have a screening to decide what cuts, you know, we should make. and the projectionist made a mistake and jumped. He went from reel 7 to 9. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, what a great cut, you old bastard. You went and cut the movie and, that's fantastic. He was looking for the buttons to push, you know. He goes, don't be ridiculous. I didn't ask for this to be cut. He's dropped a reel. I went, it's perfect. It's karma. Let's get rid of that reel. So it was 10 minutes gone. Alan Price is going, hey, but I'm going to lose a song. I said, you're losing a song? Rachel Roberts has lost her suicide. Anyway, we put it out with 10 minutes. Reel 8 was missing. And it was a few years later, I think 5 or 6 years later, I was in Hollywood doing Time After Time at Warner Brothers on the back lot, and I got a call. I played you for that. I knew you were a friendly crowd with Time After Time. It's a good movie, though. Anyway, it was Lindsay Anderson saying, would I go and watch some reels? He'd had the 8th reel reinserted into the movie. So good for him. The director won out in the end.